Loving you isn't the right thing to do. How can I ever change things that I feel? If I could, baby, I'd give you my world. How can I when you won't take it from me? You can go your own way, go your own way. You can call it another lonely day. You can go your own way, go your own way. And tell me why everything turned around. Packing up, shacking up, so you wanna do. If I could, baby, I'd give you my world. Open up, everything's waiting for you. You can go your own way, go your own way. You can call it another lonely day. You can go your own way, go your own way. You can go your own way, go your own way. You can call it another lonely day, another lonely day. You can go your own way, go your own way. You can call it another lonely day. You can go your own way. You can call it another lonely day. You can go your own way. You can call it another lonely day.
Well, well, well. We are indeed back again, and hopefully we are audio issue free. So, if you can, sorry. So, if you can, let me know if the audio's all good, because with that out the way, we can get into it. And I got disturbed there straight away. Not even what, a minute into the stream. So there you go. I guess that's life, but not as we know it, right? So good evening, good afternoon, good morning, good night, wherever, whatever, in this absolutely insane world that we inherit. Yikes. Ah, man, if you don't laugh, I guess you'll cry, right? But hey, what is it we say? We walk fearless, not a fear to be seen, no matter what they throw at us. We know the true extent, or at least the extent of the world that we're in. We do not beat about the bush. We know that hell exists here on earth, but we walk tall, we walk strong, with our heads held high. Not a fear to be seen. And that's what we do. That's what we've got to do. That's what we've continued to do for about, well, I can only speak for myself, but let's say since the pandemic, if you like. Oh, don't say that. Demonetization. I couldn't care less, to be fair. I really do try not to self-censor in any way possible. We've had now countless strike after strike after strike after strike. We had a period there where we kind of went strike free to an extent where all my strikes had disappeared. We weren't sitting on any here at number 2 or over on the original. We had been strike free, prison free, no, not really censored in any way. But then, of course, we had the strike that we got, when would it have been, last week? And we got put back into YouTube prison, which I think, excuse me, I think I might be out either today or tomorrow. I'm unsure. I think it might be tomorrow. But the next live that I do will likely be on, let me think. It won't be tomorrow. It won't be Saturday. It could be Sunday. So I'm trying to think ahead here. It could be Sunday, but failing that, it's going to be the Monday. I'm unsure at this moment what it's going to be about, but it will likely be back on the original channel, right? That is if we don't get a strike between now and whenever, but you never know. YouTube decides when you get a strike. Even if you've got a strike-worthy video, they'll only pull it when they see fit. And again, it's like you're here on YouTube trying to put out content, but you can only put out content that they agree with because they're here to keep you safe, right? The thought police. Which is why I'm currently in prison over on the original channel. But hey, we've had it many, many a time. We've built the foundations to accept it. We've got the backup channel. Failing that, I'm going to go wherever I need to go. We've got the website now. Let me know how you're getting on with it. I am terrible with technology, so I'm hoping that it's, I mean, from my point of view, it seems to be all right, but only you can be the judge of that. I'm hoping a bit more people are going to use the group that we've got. I think and thank you very much to everyone that did join. I think we've got about 20 people now, and I think you can make your own profile as well, which the option was there, but it was off. So now I've put it on, so you can follow each other, I believe, as well. So you can remember and engage in the group if you are there. I feel like it's only me. It's only me that's posting. So I feel like a bit like, yeah, make sure if you've got content to share, then get it shared in the group if you can, right, over on the website, and give me some feedback on it. Have a look around. It's going to be changing over time. Possibly I'll be working on it again tonight. So you're going to have to keep an eye on it, right? I don't want to, I'm not that keen on the idea of putting adverts on the website. So I'm certainly not going to put it on the group. I mean, I wouldn't have that. I think that would be, I think that would be terrible. I think we get enough. We get enough, and I tend to not want to go to a website where I get bombarded, if you like, with ads and whatever it may be. So I'm going to refrain from anything like that and keep the group as simple as possible. And hopefully it works pretty well. People can engage. Like I said, it's good in a way because it's unrestricted. It's not censored in any way like that. Not that I know of. So I guess time will tell, right? I'll probably get banned from my my own website because of a comment. I mean, yeah, you could see that happening in the world that we're in today. So, good evening, wherever you are in this absolutely mental world that we live in. Let's get to the chat and see who is indeed in the hood tonight. Frank, the information tank. I hope Frank likes his nickname. Because yeah, I tend to give people nicknames. When I went back in primary school, when I think back, there's quite a few people that I gave a nickname to, and they've still got it today, which is quite funny, right? Usually it's a stupid name, probably ones that I can't even say, to be honest. So we're back again. Frank is in the hood. Thank you very much, Frank, for all the emails as well. Much appreciated. MCG in the hood. Good to see you back again. The wonderful, the beautiful Justine back again. Good to see you. And the wonderful Carmel in the hood. Thank you for engaging on the website. Yeah, much appreciated. Make sure you check it out as much as you can, right? I'm terrible at promoting it, so I might not mention it again. I'm going to try and promote it a wee bit more. To what end, I'm unsure. But I think maybe the less on it, the better, to be fair, because then that I tend to think if there's too many people, we could have issues with loading or I don't know, whatever. I noticed already I think it came from Telegram. There was spam kind of. I mean, I could tell it was spam bots straight away. With the photo and the name, I thought, oh yeah, totally one of the Tolbanaki crew, these dudes. So we got that, but I'm able to block any of that and make sure we don't get anything like that, which is good because I want to try and protect people as much as I can, especially on the website from, I don't know, spam bots and God only knows what else. I mean, hey, it's probably a tough task, but it seems to be a bigger problem now with the spam and the bots. And oh man, honestly, it's a wee bit annoying, but there you go. So let me see, who else have we got in the hood? I'll try and go back as far as I can before we get into it. Atlantis in the hood, Sue Sprain as well. Good to see Sue back again. Jay Hart, good to see Jay Hart. A dog named Boo back again. A pleasure to have you. Steve Cray in the hood, the number one moderator. He'll be, I think John will be live tonight. We might clash a wee bit, which is a bit unfortunate, but I'm sure John will be fine. I'll make sure. I'm unsure how long we're going to go tonight. Actually, it depends. It depends how long I yap for, right? More nonsense, of course. I think we might go until about 9:30. That way I can catch some of John's stream. I've got to walk the dog as well, so we're not going to be too late. That is a certainty. Steve in the hood, good to see the number one moderator back again. Gary as well, our brother Gary back again. Where's big Tony Soprano? I seen him somewhere. Where did he go? Our English brother. He disappeared. Ah, there he goes there, trying to beat me to the punchline. Yeah, we'll go with that. Big Tony in the hood. Good to see Anthony back again. Hasdak as well. A pleasure to see Hasdak back again. Pedro as well in the hood. Where did he go? Ah, there he goes. Pedro in the hood. Michelle, my good friend. A pleasure to see the wonderful Michelle back again. Did I miss anybody else? Oh, Robert as well in the hood. Good to see Robert. I think I might have got everyone. Yeah, we'll go. Oh, wait a minute. I missed Hoax, did I? Oh, there we go. Hoax is in the hood as well. Plenty hoaxes about, right? Oh, man. What's not a hoax in the world? You can't trust anything. Of course, you get to that point eventually where you've kind of got. I mean, hey, it would be, in my view, only sensible to take just about everything with a pinch of salt. We know what they say about assumption, right? So it can be a fine line, I guess, between being what people may class as paranoid or not. But I guess you've got to find that balance in your life. Prioritize. You've got to prioritize the risk assess, yeah, your life to an extent. I mean, we all know what that is. We all do similar at work. So I guess you've got to kind of do the same with your life and try and live as comfortable as you can, as happy as you can. Who else did I see there? I thought I missed someone. Anthony, Pedro. I think we're all right. Hey, I try not to miss people, but usually I do. So we're all good for audio. I think I seen that we're okay. I think to start off, we're going to go to Devil Bill, Wee Billy Rockefeller. Seemingly, Wee Billy has found love again. Shock horror. Uh, I think it's they're saying that he's been going with this person for about a year. I thought they only got divorced not that long ago. Here we are. He's been seeing her for about over a year, probably. Quite comical. So we'll have a look at that. But there's more. There's a lot more to wee Billy Gates than just his love affair. Hard to imagine Billy is I don't know, a woman's man, or I don't know. I mean, how could anybody have any attraction to what is possibly the evilest entity on the planet? You would be hard pushed to find, you would be severely hard pushed to find many people that are worse or as horrid as Bill Gates, aka Devil Bill, wee Billy Rockefeller. We are not worthy, Mr. Microsoft himself. What's he an expert in? Nobody knows. Well, I'll tell you, he's an expert in deception. That's about it. Dr. Deception, Devil Bill. Of course, he got a degree. He bought a degree, basically. An honorary degree. I think that's what they maybe call it. He got gifted it because he's got so much money, right? Yay, money, money, money. Hey, give me degrees. I don't have to study. I'm a college dropout. But I'm also Mr. Know It All on vaccines, viruses, computers, yeah, biotech, fake meat, synthetic meat. Yeah. What else? I mean, it's absolutely endless. There's nothing this guy won't leave alone. Absolutely nothing. Not only that, anything that he touches becomes absolutely toxic. It becomes, if you like, poison. I would say a reflection of Billy himself. Poisonous, evil, little entity that he is. How anybody could, I mean, yeah, I guess. Hey, there's lots of people out there, lots of different people, whatever floats their boat, I guess. Maybe this person somehow likes the thought of being with yeah, let's call it what it is, a mass murderer? A gigantic evil stain on humanity? Yeah, that's Devil Bill. Maybe that is the attraction of this new lover, if you like, that Billy's got. So we'll have a look at that. We're all good with the audio. Great stuff, at least for the time being, right? We're all good. Who else have we got? Gaz is in the hood as well. Good to see Gaz back again. Rich in the hood as well. Good to see Rich. I seen a video that Rich shared about a underground facility, Springfield in America. Like The Simpsons, right? Ah, man. And seemingly they're storing lots of food there. And this place is absolutely gigantic. Underground. It used to be a mine, I believe. It's a gigantic underground facility, a storage facility that gets hired out to whoever wants to store huge masses and masses amounts of whatever it may be. And seemingly the most popular, at least at the moment, is food. Straight from the factory, straight to the underground facility, stored away. I guess the question is, why? And it would appear that the underground base, it does exist. And it is there. But I mean, why would they be doing it? Why would they be spending all this money and storing away all this food? What do we think about that? What are they expecting? I guess nothing, right? Totally nothing to worry about. We're just storing it for the sake of it. Let's go with that. So tonight, Billy Rockefeller, NASA. I think we've got the United Nations, WHO, which is pretty much Bill Gates anyway. What is it they said in the United Nations? We covered it before. What they call Bill Gates in the United Nations is it's not Bill Gates, they call him. It's not Devil Bill. It should be Devil Bill, but it's not. Does anyone know what Bill Gates is actually referred to as in the in the circles of the UN? He's referred to he's referred to as a certain name because of the power that the guy has, the entity has. They call him Bill Gatesistan because he's pretty much got more power than most countries, probably all countries, with the hidden hand pulling the strings behind the face of such activities like Microsoft, the numerous inoculations, and of course, the plandemic. Dun, dun, dun. I mean, a total James Bond villain, if there ever was one, let's face it. People talk about Elon Musk, and I think we we mention him tonight as well. There's no eviler than Bill Gates, but when it comes to the both of them, they are peas in a pod, let's face it. Two men of the agenda. Never, never, ever in a million years, men of the people. No way. Not a hope in hell. And I have said since I came on this channel that these people like Bill Gates and Elon Musk, what the claim is, they've got all this money and they're the richest in the world and blah, 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 money, money, money. It's not their money. Probably none of it. And I remember people used to say, yeah, it's their money and that's silly. How can you say it's not their money? I'm telling you now, it's not. It probably doesn't even exist, the money that they're talking about. Oh, he's got trillions and billions and gazillions. Yeah, show me it. How about show me it, right? In cash. Let's see it. Now, that wouldn't happen, of course. Assets, this, that, and the next thing, right? Of course. And what's wee Billy Rockefeller been saying? Oh, I'm going to give all my money away. He's giving all his money away. Yeah, all very fitting that, right? Because it's not even his money. No way. And I would pretty much guarantee That is the same with Elon Musk. He's got a role to play, and the role is rich man, super duper, bloody brain chip, Twitter, Tesla, whatever you have. I mean, he's involved in so much as well. Maybe he helped with the underground facility because he's into the drilling underground, but totally nothing to worry about. And you know, that one cracked me up with the boring company. Oh, I just had an idea, he said. Oh man. He said, oh, I was bored and I thought, oh, what am I gonna do? I know, I'll drill a hole under the ground and just start drilling. So he invented the boring company and just started drilling out of nothing. Totally not planned, right? It was totally his idea. Yeah, like Facebook was the idea of Mark Zuckerberg. Sure it was. Let's go with that. So, good evening to Richard, and yeah, maybe you can share in the chat what the video was if you remember the one that you shared. It was quite a good video, to be honest. Just assets, yeah. Pretty much. Or just asses, to be honest. Talking about money that doesn't even exist. And then saying that they're going to give all their money away. I bet you Bezos, he'll do the same probably. I'm going to give it all away. Yeah, okay, sure. Give all that money that's not yours away. I mean, let's face it. Who in the right mind would work their whole life day in, day out like Bill Gates seemingly does? He never sleeps. Works all the time. All that hard work, all that effort to then what? Give away all your money? Give away all that money that you've earned, even though you've got family that could do good things with it, I'm sure. Let's imagine that for the sake of this. But no, he's giving it all away. But of course, when he says giving it all away, what he means is putting it all into things of his choice, companies of his choice. He doesn't mean going out in the streets and going, "Hey, I'm Bill Gates, aka Devil Bill. Here's money. Here, what's your name? William. Here you go, William. Here's $10 million. Oh, cheers, Bill. That'll sort me out. That'll keep the wife happy." Of course, no, not at all. Not at all. Don't be silly. It's all going into selected companies. And it won't even be ones that have been selected by Billy. That would be my view. It's all already planned out pretty much. Years ahead. I would say about 10 years at least mapped out already for us. Because they care about us so much and we're so lucky. Yay! All hail Bill Gates, right? Oh man. Thinking back to the pie in the face, the cream pie. It's a pity it wasn't a wee bit more than a cream pie. I guess I should watch what I'm saying. I'll get a strike. Hate speech! Evil entity that he is! I noticed when was it today? Some channel, I can't remember the name of it. It had made a video about a video that I had made. And it again, oh man, again it was about the 5G video. The same one that Sci-Fi Dan made a video debunking. What, debunking me? A nobody who expressed concern about 5G. That somehow needs debunked. And of course, none of them can debunk fucking anything. And I honestly, I find it comical. And do you know this? The guy's only got, I don't know, a couple of hundred subscribers. And I noticed it because I had subscribers that came from the video. So I just simply thanked the guy for the subs. So yeah, I guess he's promoting the channel, a bit like Sci-Fi Dan. Uh, when I think back to that, oh man, that was so comical. I might have to make a sort of reply video to Sci-Fi Dan in regards to 5G and how safe it is. It's all very safe. Oh, it's completely safe. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, a bit like the vaccine then. Totally safe, totally effective, nothing to worry about whatsoever. Sure, let's go with that, right? Ah, man, that it's honestly the Sci-Fi Dan video that really did crack me up. That was so funny, but the abuse that I got was absolutely comical. Honest to God, it was yeah, something else. Put it that way. But if these people want to debunk or promote 5G being safe, then they should do it with someone who actually knows about 5G. That would make total sense rather than picking on somebody like me who never ever at any point whatsoever claimed to be anything other than a stupid lad from Elgin who has concerns about the world that we're in. That was it. I've never claimed to be an expert on anything. Nothing whatsoever. I never will be, to be honest. I mean, how could you? How could anyone claim to be an expert? Who are these people? Totally up themselves, right? So I just remembered that there. We might have a look at it in the future, right? If we've got time to get into it. But sticking with tonight in the stream that we're doing, we'll jump to a couple of slides first of all. Kind of to get us going. Of course, the big talk at the moment is the guy Zelensky. Ah, man, fuck. Ah, Jesus. Ah, it cracks me up so much, honest to God. What an absolute pantomime. A complete show. Here he is meeting the Lizard King, Dracula himself. Of course, Prince Charles is a long distant relative or whatever you're going to call it to Dracula, the vampire. Of course he is. Makes total sense, right? So we had this guy. I don't know what was going on. I'd imagine we had some form of initiation possibly that went on. Of course, nothing that we got to see on camera. Not that we would want to bloody see it. But these occasions, they're not just for nothing. Put it that way. What they're saying is, yeah, well, nothing's off the table yet, but nothing got done or agreed upon. Something would have got done. I can guarantee you that. But we won't know what it is. A decision would have got made, an agreement would have got made, possibly signatures penned, some sort of bloody ceremony. I dread to imagine. But something went down. They don't meet in person for nothing, for just to say that, oh, it's still on, nothing's off the table, but nothing got agreed. Are we genuinely going to buy that? So this guy, this clown, this absolute puppet. Well, I guess I could be speaking about either one of these. And they're both complete clowns, let's face it. Zelensky, the actor, seemingly a comedian. Well, I mean, he is funny to you do get a laugh from him, to be honest. Just because of the way he acts, to be honest, not because of his comedy. I remember when we covered him before. I think it would have been in the New War Order live stream that we done. We looked a wee bit at some of the some of the shows that he done. I think he done a movie. Was it a movie? I can't even remember. It was a movie or a series that he done, and it looked absolutely terrible. Honest to God. In my own view, Zelensky, I think they say he's got a wife and is married with kids. This guy's gay. Honest to God, he is gay, as gay as they come. And even I think he dressed up as a woman in one of the comedy sketches or whatever, and he totally loved it. That's for sure. And even before I seen that, I thought this guy's gay. That's not his wife, no way. And again, you've got these characters. They're complete and utter frauds. Each and every one of them, a complete fraud. A complete and utter fraud. All these marriages of these politicians and what have you, actors, celebrities, nothing but complete shams. The whole lot of it. And the sheep lap it up, of course. Yeah. Of course they do. So he went to, do you know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of when he went in to meet Prince Charles, it reminded me a bit like Solomon's Temple, the area that they took him into. I think we might get into it a wee bit more in the future. Of course, he wasn't done after after he went to see Prince Charles. He was today, I think it was today, he was in the European Union. Of course he was. He's on the rounds like a comedy circuit. He's doing the rounds. He's asking, he's doing the rounds with his cash can, shaking the charity can. We need more money. Give us all your money, right? What about the crisis? Forget about the crisis. What about the energy? Forget about the energy. We need to support Ukraine. Yeah, give Ukraine all your money. Yeah, that's basically what they're saying now. There's not even any. I mean, it is absolutely horrendous, the world that we're in at this point, because here we are on the verge, basically, of a third world war. And all we've got is more support for Ukraine, more support for Ukraine, more condemnment. Is that even a word? But more sanctions, I guess, on Putin, on Russia. More sanctions, more sanctions. We must support Ukraine. Fund more. Money, money, money. Ammunition, ammunition. Bomb, bomb, bomb. Fund the war, fund the war. Not once. Not even a tiny squeak for anything in the way of peace or an end to the situation that we're in. No support whatsoever for peace. It's either support for Russia, support for Ukraine, or if you don't do any of that, then you're a bad person, basically. But nothing for peace, nothing for putting it to an end, seeing it ended before it goes any further. All they're doing is rolling this, I guess, if you like, a giant snowball, and it's gathering bigger and bigger and bigger all the time. And it's kind of going to get to a boiling point. It can only get to that. The way it's going, you can only see it getting to a point where it spills over. What have we had in the past that started a world war? What started the First World War? Who's going to let us know? What started the Second World War? Is that the one where the guy got assassinated in Sarajevo? What was his name again? I think that was the Second World War. I can't remember his name. I'm sure there was an assassination. And to be honest, I kind of get the feeling that's going to be the case again. I think what we're going to see is World War One. Frank straight in. Of course, Frank straight in on the money. Good man, Frank. Yeah, Ferdinand, quite right. I think, was it Franz? Somehow I'm thinking Franz. I genuinely think that's what we're going to see that's going to spill it over, rather than a gas pipe getting blown or what have you. And I think, I mean, kind of going out on a limb, but if I was to point anybody out for potential, I mean, it sounds terrible, but if I was to point anybody out for a potential assassination, I think it would be Zelensky. And I think he fits the bill, especially the way they're parading the guy about like he's just came back from the moon. Do you know, like the celebrations from when Buzz and Armstrong and Collins came back? They travelled the world. Parades, hey, we went to the moon. And they're all sitting there in the car, faces tripping them, bored out their skull, knowing they've got to live the rest of their lives in a lie. But I kind of get the feeling that he would be the one. I couldn't see there being any other politician that would cause it. I mean, if the guy Ferdinand was a prince, then maybe it's a royal that could be the target. I wouldn't rule that out either. I mean, if Russia went on to take out what is it now, King Charles? Is that what they're calling him? That might stir a few people into action. This is a disgrace. We must bomb Russia now. They killed wee Charlie. Oh, that lizard. Oh, that's a shame, right? We'll go with that. But if they do want this war, then something's going to have to happen to kick the sheeple into action. Trigger them, if you like. I genuinely think it would be an assassination. And we know about there's nothing new under the sun. They pull a lot of the same tricks time and time again. I mean, Zelensky, for me, he ticks every box for it. He's the biggest actor of them all. If he was to be assassinated, I'm not sure if I could even buy that, to be honest. I'd have to be there. I'd have to be there to see it. And then I'd be like, yeah, okay. We'll give you that. There's me checking the guy's pulse. Yep, he's gone. I mean, what could you believe? I'm unsure. But a deal went down. I think that's a guarantee. They haven't flown this guy in and paraded him about for no reason. There will most certainly be a reason. Whether or not we've seen it yet, I'm unsure. But I'll tell you what, time will tell. It always does. It always does. And we might look back and say, yeah, that's what went down. I mean, so he was in the UK talking to Richie Sunak, whatever his bloody name is, seemingly the Prime Minister of the UK. Oh, man. Richie Sunak. Fucking hell. And he met him off the plane. It was like a bromance that they had. Oh, man. Turned my stomach, to be honest. I mean, people can knock themselves out, but I got a bad feeling from them too, put it that way. Yeah, let's not go there. And then he went to the EU after he had been to the Westminster, I think, in the British, the Royal Palace in Buckingham. Is it Buckingham Palace? Yeah, we'll go with that. So he's been on the rounds doing the comedy circuit, preaching, giving it the "Bah, bah, bah. Please give us money. We need," what is it they're looking for? They want fighter jets, of course. Yeah. Give us all your fighter jets, right? So it's not good enough taking our money. It's not good enough taking soldiers. It's not good enough getting soldiers trained by our soldiers. It's not good enough getting some of the military equipment. It's not good enough getting our military over there. What now? They actually want to use our military in the open? Oh, like they've not already been using it. Right, so Britain's not fighting this war then. It's Ukraine. Ah, because that certainly fools me. Because even I can see this war is being fought by NATO, the UK, America, Europe, not Ukraine. And the cheek of the establishment to try and get us to pay for it. And when it comes to the fighter jets, they spent probably, I don't know, billions on, of the taxpayers' money, of your money. Who in the right mind would agree on that and fund it? What exactly are they going to do? Probably kill innocent civilians. I mean, that would probably be the bottom line in it. Because who's really guilty in this war? It's not the fucking people in Russia. It's not the people in Ukraine. It's not any people of anywhere, but the corrupt governments of this world. No one in the right mind wants a war, but here we are, knocking on the fucking door of it. And we're not even seemingly at war yet. And already we're in a multiple crisis situation where people haven't got any money. They can't heat their home. They can't even eat. But send your money to Ukraine, right? Yay, Zelensky. Look at him on Netflix. He's a good guy. Yay. Yeah. Sure. Let's go with that. Look, he's been charming everyone. The charm of, what is his name? Vladimir. Vladimir? Are we going with Vladimir? The charm of Vladimir. Yeah, of course, yeah. Charming them. I bet he was. Look at him there, almost winking. Richie's, it looks like Richie's holding his hand in the first image there on the, I think it's the left-hand side. The charm of Vladimir Zelensky. Where are they going exactly? Let's not fucking go there. Oh man. So he went to the UK, what in charity? Probably signing a deal. And then he was in Germany, well, in Europe. I think at the European Union. Shock horror. And he's been asking France and Germany for fighter jets as well. So not good enough getting the tanks from Germany, right? I mean, to what end? Right, here's the tanks. Okay, away you go. Oh, here's fighter jets from the UK. Oh, here's more. Oh, take them all, in fact. Here, take these aircraft carriers as well. I'll tell you what, have all the infantry as well. Take the Royal Marines. Where does that leave the fucking UK then? If we're not already in a vulnerable situation, we're fucking heading to it now. Honest to God, the insanity of the British government is beyond belief. truly beyond belief. Not a care seen or even probably heard of for the true British people in Westminster, probably since I was born. Not a good bone in there. Oh, each and every one of them out for themselves, out to make money, to get the big mansion, right? The free houses, the holidays, constant, the jet set life, yeah. Into that 1% bracket, right? Psychopaths. That's what we're dealing with here. Complete and utter psychopaths. That's what they are. And you'll see in the third one there, the third image, the last one, the BBC one, we fight to defend Europe's way of life. Oh, yeah, of course, yeah, of course. Oh, like the terrorism, because remember the terrorists were fighting against our way of life. What, they're going to come? Yeah, they're going to come here and steal democracy and freedom. Like there's freedom, right? Maybe pre 9/11, yeah, kind of. So is it the new war on terror? Yeah. What have the Russian people done to me or you? What have they done? Of course, the media would tell you, oh, they meddled in elections, oh, they done this, they done that, they killed a spy. Terrible people, right? What have the UK government done? Totally perfect, I'm sure. Sure, right, let's go with that. Yeah. But we can trust them. They like us, seemingly. We'll go with that. So, we're going to get into the Zelensky stuff a bit more. It's a situation that's clearly not going away. So I think maybe next week or the week after, we're going to get into the war situation and we'll see the return of the new war order, which is a live that we done. I think we might have done it on this channel. I'm unsure. Do you know, the other week I had someone saying, oh, I never knew that you had another channel. They only thought I had this one. So we've still got people who don't even know about the original channel. They're here because, of course, we spent a lot of time here without the original channel because it got terminated unfairly. Shock horror. But this is where we are with censorship in the world. And they have the cheek to talk about free speech. Where exactly? In fact, I read the other day that I think it was a journalist or a blogger. I think a journalist and a food blogger was the occupation of a person who got, it was either 8 or 9 years in Russia for seemingly disinformation about the I shouldn't laugh, but about the Russian military. So if people think Russia might be all good and roses, think again. In my own personal view, they're all controlled by the hidden hand. Even Mother Russia, if you like. Even the big China. More than even I probably know. But seemingly she had put out disinformation. And I think they sentenced her to 9 years in prison. I mean, every country's got its pros, but I can assure you every country has its cons. Big time. And I guess you've got to decide where suits you. The West, the East, nowhere. Don't worry because you can go to Mars, right? Yeah, Elon can take you to Mars. Hooray! You can run away from it all. As the world burns, you can sail away in the starship to planet Mars. Sure. I mean, yeah, I could imagine a lot of sheep would want to, the way it's going. Yep, I'll sign up for it. I think people are already signing up for it. Ah, man. Honest to God. The guy, Niall deGrasse Tyson or whatever, he spoke about it. And basically, it's the same thing as what they'd done in Don't Look Up, the movie, at the end. So they build a big spaceship, they put people on it, then they go and find a new planet. And the people on this spaceship would reproduce. They wouldn't be alive when they get there. Anybody fancy that? I mean, could you imagine? Honest to God. I can't see that ever happening. I might be wrong, but I can't see it ever happening. So I guess time will tell. And the cheek of Zelensky as well, doing the peace sign like Churchill. He's the new Winston Churchill. Hooray! Ah, man. Yeah, of course he is. Yeah, I'm surprised Zelensky never got voted for the next British Prime Minister. Maybe he will yet. Although we probably shouldn't give them any ideas, right? Did I see that Steve's away? Yeah, we might be running over with John today. And I know Steve is a number one moderator at the John Davidson clan. So thank you for being here, Steve. Much appreciated. We could be another half an hour or so. So I'll try my best to go as quick as we can, right? You can only but try, as they say. So that's Zelensky. And we're going to mention wee Billy now. Yeah, I see my brother Danny as well. I noticed Danny was phoning just as I came online. So just as I went live. So I couldn't answer Danny. He would have been thinking that I ignored him. Well, I guess I did. But I'd already started streaming. So what I'll do is I'll phone you later on when I get finished. And we'll get a catch up, right? Good to see my brother Danny in the hood, big man. So wee Billy Rockefeller, can you see in the image I put a bigger one? There's a rat on his shoulder. Yeah, I mean, kind of fitting that wee Billy Gates with a rat on his shoulder. I kind of think it would even be an insult to call. It would be an insult to rats to call Billy Gates a rat, because he's worse than that, let's face it. But to wee Billy Rockefeller, that's kind of what we are to him. Lab rats, that's about it. We're all lab rats in a fucking big laboratory. Every nation's like its own wee petri dish. Testing here, testing there. Experiments here, experiments there. But don't worry, it's for your benefit, your safety, because the Russians, I mean, ISIS are back. Yeah. Oh no, wait, they all got the COVID. They're not coming back. They all got the COVID, right? Sure. Sure I remember reading that. They got affected by the COVID. That cracked me up, that one. Oh man. What was ISIS originally? Oh, the Taliban. Remember they used to call it the Taliban? When I think back, they started off by calling it, what I would hear was, oh, Al-Qaeda, 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 Al-Akbar, Al-Qaeda. Oh no, Taliban, Taliban. And then it was, oh no, ISIS, it's ISIS. So what's it going to be next? It's going to change into something else as well. A totally CIA funded operation, if there ever was one. And pretty clear as well. Not even hard to establish the roots of these entities. when you really dig down. But the majority of people, they won't go there. They don't want to. They don't want to be connecting dots. They don't want to. They want to live in their wee bubble and carry on, which is totally fine. Hey, that's up to them. But to those that do, I guess, want to know a wee bit more, it's never that hard to find it. If you start looking, you know what they say, you can move a mountain if you start digging, right? Depending on how much time you've got, I suppose. But all you've got to do is start, make a start, and you can move it eventually. So good to see Donnie in the hood. And do you know, in this photo of Billy, I kind of think he looks a bit like an 80s lesbian. Does anyone get that sort of feeling? Just me. I think, wow, he totally looks a bit like an 80s or 90s lesbian. I would say 80s maybe. And I know there is people who think that wee Billy is a transgender. So it's not actually Billy, it's Jilly. That one I'm unsure of, but I can see why people say it or think it. I can certainly see why. Not just by this image either. And to be fair, I would not rule anything out. No way. It would be stupid to. You rule it out at your peril. So we'll have a look at wee Devil Bill. Let me see. I feel like we've not even got going. I don't even know what I'm doing now. Remove. There we go. So I wanted to show you a wee bit from Zelensky, and I think we're going to get into him next week. But we're going to have a look at some of the Bill Gates stuff just in a sec. But what I am going to have to do is go to the toilet and get a drink. So I'm going to have to play a tune. Ah, man. So I do apologise. I better find it. Typical that. It might have to be a few minutes. And then we'll get down to it. It's only going to make me go longer, but more hurry, less speed. You know what they say. Let me see. What can I get? Why can I never find anything when I need it? Oh man, typical. Do you know this? It's the story of my life. That anything I'm ever looking for, I find it when I don't need it. Oh, that's where it is, and then I'll keep seeing it, and then when I need it again, I can't find it anywhere. It's gone off the face of the earth. Typical, right? Anyone else get that? Just me then. So, we'll play a tune and then we'll get back to it. Actually, I'll maybe play the JFK video. And then we'll get back to it. So, I'll catch you in about 3 minutes.
Howdy, Buzz. How's it going? Remember me?
What's your name?
Bart Sibrel.
Would you give your name to my sister?
Yeah, I got one for you, one for your lawyer to sue me.
That's right.
I hope you do. I'd love to go to court and show the window shot.
I know you'd like to get a lot of attention, wouldn't you?
Well, you're the one getting money for something you didn't do. You're getting a lecture for walking on the moon when you didn't. Well, that's called being a thief. That's called being a thief. Do you think you can get to heaven without repenting? Why don't you swear on the Bible that you walked on the moon? Why don't you swear on the Bible that you walked on the moon?
I'm not trying to get in the middle of anything.
Tell him to get out of here.
This is a hotel.
We'll call
Right,
the police.
We pay.
Come on in here, we'll call the police.
Solicit
You like
Why don't you swear on the Bible that you walked on the moon?
It doesn't, sir. I don't have nothing to do with this. But
Okay.
you cannot solicit on this property.
We just paid
Right now?
to rent out the penthouse to shoot up there.
You
So
can't solicit like this.
keep shooting.
All right. Well, then I'd go through my masters.
You got to keep shooting, man. Okay. Well, you can put it on your shoulder. Don't be shy.
Come with me, Buzz.
You really like attention, don't you?
You're the one who said you walked on the moon when you didn't. Calling the kettle black, if I ever thought of it. Saying I misrepresented myself.
Away from me.
You're a coward and a liar and a thief. You're a coward and a liar and a thief. You're a coward and a liar and a thief. You're a coward and a liar. You're a coward and a liar.
Space expenditures will soon rise some more, from 40 cents per person per week to more than 50 cents a week for every man, woman, and child in the United States. For we have given this program a high national priority, even though I realize that this is, in some measure, an act of faith and vision, for we do not now know what benefits await us. But if I were to say, my fellow citizens, that we shall send to the moon 240,000 miles away from the control station in Houston, a giant rocket more than 300 feet tall, the length of this football field, made of new metal alloys, some of which have not yet been invented, capable of standing heat and stresses several times more than have ever been experienced, fitted together with a precision better than the finest watch, carrying all the equipment needed for propulsion, guidance, control, communications, food, and survival on an untried mission to an unknown celestial body, and then return it safely to Earth, re-entering the atmosphere at speeds of over 25,000 miles per hour, causing heat about half that on the temperature of the sun, almost as hot as it is here today, and do all this, and do all this, and do it right, and do it first before this decade is out, then we must be bold. I'm the one who's doing all the work, so we're just going to stay cool for a minute. However, I think we're going to do it. And I think that we must pay what needs to be paid. I don't think we ought to waste any money, but I think we ought to do the job. And this will be done in the decade of the 60s. It may be done while some of you are still here at school at this college and university. It will be done during the terms of office of some of the people who sit here on this platform. But it will be done. And it will be done before the end of this decade. And I am delighted that this university is playing a part in putting a man on the moon as part of a great national effort of the United States of America.
Yeah, so JFK, right? Oh, he's so confident. Yeah, he is, isn't he? He's very confident, actually, especially when he's talking about landing on the moon. So confident it was going to be a success. Of course he was confident. Yeah, easy when you record it in a studio, right? Maybe not so easy in real life. But yeah, JFK. I think JFK, I think he might have known that it was going to be faked. When I look at the Bart Sibrel book, where is it? Oh, is it there? Let me see. See, Kennedy, it was all very fitting, to be honest, because Kennedy was out the way and they got someone else in for when the moon landing seemingly happened, of course. Kennedy was gone and out the way, which is again another trick that seems to occur throughout history. I can't find the bloody page now. What was I just saying? I did have it marked. Ah, there we go. So I don't think... Who's the name that... Yeah, it was Lyndon Johnson. So... Why am I thinking it was Nixon? Lyndon Johnson is on the list of names. that seemingly attended the base in New Mexico, Cannon Air Force Base near Clovis in New Mexico, was the location of this filming. It was obscure, remote, quite small, and would have the fewest possible eyewitnesses. Yeah. Not many people couldn't lie. I'm sure you've heard that one, right? How could so many people lie? Additionally, Cannon Air Force Base, this is the book by Bart Sibrel. Additionally, Cannon Air Force Base was also the secretive, quote, Special Operations Command Center, close quote. And we looked into some of that, remember? Special Branch, 33rd, the 33rd Regiment or 33rd Platoon. It would be the number 33. Still stationed, I believe, at the base in New Mexico. All very fitting. I think Bart could be... I don't think he's far away from the mark, to be honest. The list of names, I think there could be more to it. Spielberg's not on it. Or, no, who did people think? Kubrick, Stanley Kubrick, he's not on it. That might disappoint some people. It's definitely him. It must be him. A lot pointing to it maybe being him. I'm unsure, to be honest. I kind of thought Kubrick as well. But after reading the book and seeing that Bart pointed to another filmmaker, which was the guy... Where is he? Robert Emenegger. He's down in the list as image consultant. But if you look up Robert Emenegger, Emenegger, then you'll see that he's a filmmaker. So that could potentially be the guy. I guess whoever done the recording, I mean, let's face it, it was terrible. I kind of get the feeling Kubrick might have knocked it back. And maybe that decision haunted him a wee bit as time went on, because he never took it up. I'm unsure. Again, I really, like I said to begin with, for a long time I thought Kubrick. But when I looked at the guy, Robert Emenegger, I thought, wait a minute, I can't rule that out either. And he does fit the bill pretty much to a T. So he could be the guy. And another name, of course, Werner von Braun. Of course he was there, yeah. Rocket Man, the Nazi Rocket Man. We got a wee bit off track there. But if you've not read the book Moon Man by Bart Sibrel, you should check it out. It's a good read. It's got a lot of good information in it. And you can... What Bart's done is... It's a kind of interactive book where he'll link in. He puts in different links and codes, so you can then go on to his website or YouTube and you can watch the video in question. And it all kind of joins together. So if you want to watch Bart Sibrel, you'll find him on YouTube. If you want to read Moon Man, then I think it's on Amazon. You'll probably get it quite cheap now. It'll be... You can get a used copy in good condition. I mean, I hate Amazon anyway, but what you going to do? I doubt you would find it locally. It's the kind of book that it's only probably on Amazon and that's it. could be an idea to have a look about. I know what people think of Amazon. And to be honest, I think the same. I refrain from using them as much as I can. And I kind of feel guilty when I do when I do use it. It's like, well, what can you do? So I try my best to source as much as I can locally. I think you've got to. But again, the society we're in, the way it's structured, the complex society that we have, yay! Look at this, a big giant supermarket. You can get everything that you need. All in one place. You don't have to go anywhere else. We can close all that down now. We don't need it anymore. Yeah. I seen that all unfold with my own eyes here in my town. The big supermarket getting opened, and then the small businesses round about, slowly but surely, they all died off. And now it's a bit like a ghost town. To let, for sale, to let. Rent today, to let. Empty, derelict. Almost forgotten. The Great Reset in full swing. The Great Robbery, if you like. So, let me see if I can present a screen share. If I can work it. We should tonight be live on YouTube and Twitter. So, if there's anybody out there in the land of Twitter, good evening to you, or good afternoon, or good morning, or good night, whatever, wherever, in this absolutely insane world that we live in. Yikes. Screen share. For God's sake. Oh, here we go. Yeah. We are cooking by gas. Not gas. It's too expensive now. That's all I hear about at the moment. Is the gas prices, the gas. Luckily, I've not got gas, so I'm kind of glad, to be honest, but I know what it's like to be hard up, put it that way. I've came from a life of poverty, complete poverty, I can assure you. So I know what, and my heart goes out to everyone who struggles, and I know at the moment it is quite bad. I can't see it getting any better. None of the prices are going down. They're only going up. I was in a shop today and I heard a lady saying, "For God's sake, look at the price of that. That's an absolute effing disgrace," she was saying. Her face, she was pure raging. I shouldn't laugh, but I mean, that's going to be happening a lot. And I guess people eventually, they won't have the money. They simply won't have the money. And a lot of people they're already at a point where they eat or they heat because it's winter in the UK. So they have a choice. You heat your house this week or you eat. And of course, the majority of people, they're going to eat and just see it out. See the week out with no gas or anything whatsoever to heat them. Or put on a jumper, put on an extra jacket. In Scotland, leading the way in renewable energy. World leaders. Giving out money to Ukraine by the million, possibly billion. Giving away compensation to nations that are affected by the weather. Yet we've got to pay through the fucking nose for energy. Geese piece. Honestly, what a world. So, wee Billy Rockefeller, there's possibly, potentially, wedding bells in the distance. Can you hear them? Here he is here. This is the guy in question. question. This is him. And do you know, when I first seen it, I kind of thought, she looks a wee bit like Melinda, right? I mean, yeah, I guess that's the kind of person that he goes for. When I first seen the photo, I thought it was him and Melinda. But it's clearly not. It's another person going by the name of Amber, I believe. Oh, sorry, Paula. Paula Heard. Anybody know of her? Seemingly the widow of Mark Heard, the CEO of the software company Oracle, who died in 2019. Right. She's 60, seemingly. And seemingly, a source said, it is widely known that Bill Gates and Paula Heard are dating, but she hasn't met his kids yet. Yeah, because they're probably not even his. Kids? What kids? Oh, yeah, them kids. Oh, yeah. Yeah, of course, yeah. Forgot about them. So she's a widow of another computer geek, pretty much. Mark Heard. Anybody heard of that guy before? So I found that quite interesting. And seemingly they've been dating for about a year. And they're inseparable. Oh, just in time for Valentine's Day. How fitting. Honestly, what's going to happen? What's going to happen with Bill Gates? Are they going to make a movie about his life? It would be a fucking horror movie. Ah, man. Honest to God. Surely people wouldn't go and see it, right? Would they? Of course they would. Bill Gates, the horror movie. What would they call it? Who's gonna give us a name for the Bill Gates Hollywood movie? The Life of Wee Billy Rockefeller, Devil Bill. The modern Devil Bill strikes again. I mean, I could actually see that happening. I wouldn't be surprised if it's even in the pipeline as we speak. Who would you get to play Bill Gates in a movie? That would be a tough one, that, right? Oh, man. I'm unsure. It would have to be a terrible actor. It would have to be someone that's horrible. We would have to bring back Aleister Crowley from the dead. He's the only guy that could play the Bill Gates role, because that's how evil wee Billy Gates is. Honest to God. So they've been together over a year, and she's always described as mystery woman. She's the mystery woman of wee Billy Rockefeller's life. But it's no mystery to their inner circle that they're in a romantic relationship. Of course they are. Yeah, let's go with that. And there's clearly a photo of them in public, right? Yeah. I mean, I kind of thought she looks like Melinda, but I also thought she looks very familiar, which is weird. I can't think of why. She must look like somebody that I know of, either on TV or in real life. So that's a bit strange, but... So I wonder, are we going to see Bill Gates get married again? I think we might, to be honest. Strange looking character, Billy, is he? Let's face it. I mean, I know he's getting on, but... And I hate pointing out anybody's looks, but it's Bill Gates. He's fair game. He's fair game, man. Very strange looking character. The creases. I mean, I know we all get wrinkles, but it's like his face is being squished. I'm unsure how to describe it. He's had his face squished. You've heard about facelifts. Well, Billy got a face squish. It's all squeezed together here. Some people think Billy, the original Bill Gates, is no longer here. And to be fair, I can't rule that out. How could I? Some people believe that Billy is played by multiple characters. And I certainly would not rule that out. And I would lean towards that being the case, given history and the way that these entities work. He will likely have one or two people, lookalikes, if you like, that can play the role of Bill Gates. And he doesn't have to. Great stuff, right? Sure. So he's found a new bit of stuff. That's what we say here. Terrible phrase to use, but seemingly Bill's got himself a new bird, right? That's them at the tennis. I think he had to watch Djokovic, and Djokovic won. And of course, Djokovic refused the juice, which was good to see. No matter who, I'd certainly find common ground in being against the poison. But Djokovic as a entity, as a whole, I'm unsure. I'm a bit of a tennis fan. He is a great player. Absolutely, by far, probably the best ever. And that is quite a statement, but I mean, he is, when it comes to tennis play, he is up there. There's no one that can compare. An absolute machine at tennis. But I keep meaning to get his biography. I think it's from 2014. And seemingly he talks about the New World Order in it, which is quite interesting. I can't confirm it, but I'm hoping in the future we're going to get into it. So we'll jump over here to a nothing, a completely empty space, a blank canvas, if you like. It should load. There we go. Took its time, right? It must be Monday. We'll go with that. So, Bill Gates takes dig at Elon Musk, says he'd rather fund vaccines than travel to Mars. Oh, me. So this is where we're at. What is it going to be, vaccines or travel to Mars? What are you going to fund? What are you going to support? What about the poverty? Forget about the poverty. God's sake. What about the home? Forget about the homeless. Mars, right? Juices. mRNA juice. CRISPR juice. Yeah, don't forget the people dropping dead in China. Let's not forget that. Yeah, and remember how many people the vaccine saved? Millions and trillions and billions. 158 billion people saved by mRNA vaccines. Hooray! We are not worthy. So when I first seen this, I read the first bit that I seen said Bill Gates thinks Elon Musk is wasting money going to Mars. And I thought, bloody hell, well, that's bloody good from Bill Gates. How can that be? So, sorry, I was distracted again and completely lost my place now. It doesn't take much, right? I forgot where we were even at. Where did we get to? Yeah, yeah, this one. Support a journey to Mars. Yay! Fund it. Billions, millions, gazillions. No, wait a minute. Vaccinations is key. Remember? Yeah. Think about all the lives we've saved. What about all them? Never mind the side effects. God's sake, don't be stupid. Yeah. And you know this? On my timeline the other day on Facebook, it showed me an article that I shared from 2 years ago where a guy was saying that his wife passed away because of the you know what. The word you can't say, don't say it. She passed away because of that, but guess what? You still go out and get it. I still tell you now, go out and get it. Safe and effective. Yeah, my wife died, but still go and get it. The body's in China. Yeah. I wonder how many people are still saying that today. Still go and get it. How many people need to drop dead before they stop saying, still go and get it? Still go and get it? Yeah. I guess we just ignore the bad stuff, right? And continue to do whatever the television tells you to do. The politicians, right? The good guys, the Chris Whitties of the world, the Matt Hancocks of the world, the David Camerons of the world, the Tony Blairs of the world. Yeah, they all care about you. Of course they do. This is why we're in such a good position at the moment. Hooray! So what's it going to be? Mars or vaccinations? What would you vote on there? I'd rather jump off a cliff. That's what you're saying, right? I'd rather abstain from that one. If I had to vote, it would be Mars, simply for the comedy side of it. My vote would go on Mars just to see the complete comedy affair that would then follow, because it certainly wouldn't be juice, put it that way. If anything, I would be taking money out of it. Oh, but no, all the children and the lives you can save. Yeah. Yeah, of course, right. Because how long have we been inoculating people now? Too bloody long, put it that way. But it's all right, we've got CRISPR technology now. So you don't have to worry, it's totally safe, right? What's CRISPR? Good question. CRISPR-9, is it? CRISPR-Cas9? Sounds, I don't know, is it a sweet? Is it a savoury sweetie? A biscuit? CRISPR biscuit? Well, no. Not quite. It's a wee bit more complicated than a biscuit. I wouldn't even believe what they tell you about that stuff, to be honest. The CRISPR-9 technology, super duper gene technology. Look, it's like a wee pair of scissors. It goes into your body and it snips a wee bit of genes. Then it takes it over here, ties it to another bit of genes. Voila, CRISPR. What about it? Never mind the side effects. Bodies in China. CRISPR technology. I mean, when you look at CRISPR, that really does kind of turn my stomach. It's like sickening when they talk about gene editing. I mean, what? Who in the right mind would even consider doing such a thing? Who? Honestly, who in the right mind? You would have to be completely insane. Even think about tampering with your DNA. But again, here we are, right? This is the world that we're in. Shock horror. Exclusive! Bill Gates on advising OpenAI, Microsoft, and why AI is the hottest topic of 2023. Hooray for AI! Hooray for OpenAI! And oh yeah, Microsoft. Of course. Let's not forget about them. They're still there, by the way. They're still going strong. Of course, they've got a role to play still. They've always got a role to play. Microsoft. But yeah, we mentioned, I think we done a video on Bill Gates talking about the AI chatbot, OpenAI, whatever you want to call it. Talking about it like it's the next best thing. It's the best thing since sliced bread. Hooray! Oh, it's going to solve poverty. Well, not quite. It can answer some questions, not all questions. It's not hooked up to the internet. It gets some questions wrong. And guess what? It repeats itself. So after day 2, you're going to put a hammer to it. And when it comes to AI, I really do get the feeling that they kind of over-egg it. They do that with everything anyway, but it's the one that I fear less, to put it that way. Technology, it is a serious player in the tools of anybody, in the hands of anybody, sorry. And I do believe that in the hands of a good person, technology can be good. But again, hello? What world are we in? Unfortunately, I don't think we're at the mercy of good people. Of course, QAnon might tell you, oh, don't worry about it, it's fine, he's a good guy. Yeah, of course, sit down, don't worry. Oh, that's a chemtrail, but it's good stuff, it's medicine now. It's good chemicals, you're going to be fine, right? You're going to own nothing and you're going to be happy, and don't worry, Q's got it covered. Yeah, you just sit down, right? Watch Netflix, do fuck all about it. And I've said for a long enough now, trust the plan at your peril. And again, trust the plan is exactly the same as trust the science, which is always wrong, which is always changing constantly. It's the never-ending story. And I actually seen, I mean, for a while, some of you might recall, I've been saying trust the plan and trust the science. It's the same. They're both cons, big time. And I noticed Gareth Ike said it as well the other day. And I thought, I should have copyrighted it. I should have had it copyright. I should have, as soon as I thought of it, copyright, right? It belongs to me. Of course, it would not be a surprise to see other people draw the same conclusion. between trust the plan and trust the science. Hooray for science! Where would we be without it? So by the looks of it, this is going to be the year for pushing AI, open AI. Yeah. A lot of people think that AI is already running the world, running the show, if you like. Again, I could not rule that out. I think it's certainly a tool in the use of the hidden hand. I don't feel that it's running the world. I don't think it ever will. They may make it out as if it is, but of course we know it won't be. It'll be the people pulling the strings, right? I mean, they big up AI like it's God's gift, but if it, I mean, it's in my view, it can never be greater than humanity itself, than humans. Never. For the simple fact being that it was made by a human and continues to get made by humans. But hey, maybe it will take over the world. We're going to have bloody Boston Dynamics and their super robots chasing us all down the road. Then we are fucked. I don't know what we're going to do then, right? Of course they would come after us. The unjuiced, get them! I guess I'll see you all at the camp, right? Yeah. Maybe, what was the camp again? The Nazis used? I can't remember the name of it. Mind you, if I talk about that, I'll get he's an anti-Semite! He's talking about the Holocaust now! Bloody, you're not even allowed to say Holocaust anymore! Oh, jeez. He's anti-Semitic. He said Holocaust. I think Holocaust denial is one of the biggest things that you're not allowed to say, which is interesting. They attack anybody who denies the Holocaust in any way, shape, or form. You're simply not allowed to. No way. It's not actually something that I've ever really looked into. It's never been. I don't know. I've always kind of stayed, even when I was at school and doing history. It never interested me at all. Oh, the Anne Frank and the Germans and what have you. I just thought, nah, do you know this? I've no interest in that. I was a wee bit more interested in Scottish history, British history, and Roman history as well. Vikings, Romans, Pictish history, stuff like that. The war, not so much. A wee bit, maybe. The ins and outs, but stuff like the Holocaust and anything like that, it never interested me in any way. And again, I would not rule anything out. Going by how the world works, going by the amount of deception that we get forced upon, there would, in my own mind, there most definitely would have been a lot of deception going on at that period of time. I was going to say, let me know what you think, but I don't know if that's a good idea. We'll get the chat removed again, right? We've had that before. We'll jump from the AI because we're cracking on, actually. This came out a couple of days ago, the 3rd. Check the Who logo. Could you get any more Masonic or satanic than that? I don't think you could, to be honest. The snake on it. Like the big pharma symbol. How is the World Health Organization funded? Yeah, how is it funded? And why does it rely so much on Bill Gates' stan? Yeah, why does it rely so much on wee Billy? He's a big player, right? All that money that he's got. Sure. Let's have a look. Um, duh, 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 duh. Right. Let's make it bigger for a start. Make it grow, she said. The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, which still stands strong despite the two co-founders splitting after 27 years of marriage. Wow, after that long. I mean, what's the point? You may as well keep going, right? Said last month it was, quote, not right, close quote, for the charity to take on such a big role in funding the World Health Organization. Huh. Yeah. I mean, why would the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation have such a big role in this World Health Organization? I take it wee Billy is a doctor then. Oh, he's a surgeon, right? Oh yeah, PhDs in brain surgery, spine surgery, viruses. Oh yeah, totally. That's why. Of course. Over the years, the billionaire philanthropists have become the WHO's second biggest donor. Second biggest donor, making the health agency heavily dependent on their support to keep functioning. He's holding it up. Wee Billy Rockefeller holding up the WHO with his own two hands, funding it, throwing all his money at it. But of course, that's not just it. It does not end just there. Wee Billy doesn't roll up and say, oh, by the way, World Health Organization, here's 29 gazillion billion dollars. Have it and do what you want with it. Oh, no, 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 no. Wee Billy will be telling them what to do with it. That is a certainty. So wee Billy's practically holding it up. They need his support. Where else are they going to go? Certainly not to me or to you. I don't think they would get much support here. That is for sure. Quote, who has an annual budget less than the size of a single large teaching hospital in the United States and 1/4 of the budget of the US Center for Disease Control and Prevention, said Lawrence Gostin, director at the WHO. Quote, yes, it has a huge global health responsibility. Yeah, who asked you, by the way? Who asked them? Did you ask them to be responsible for your health? Did I ask them? Well, I certainly fucking didn't. I feel that I'm capable and responsible enough for my own health. I feel that I don't need the World Health Organization, funded by wee Billy Rockefeller, to tell me what to do, how to look after my body. There you go, right? So huge health responsibility, global responsibility for the whole wide world. Hooray! Including responding to major public health emergencies. Ah, yeah, such as COVID-19, Mpox, formerly monkeypox, Ebola, and polio. Of course, yeah, the usual suspects. Yeah, uh-huh. And if the WHO wasn't there, what would we do? Where would we be without them? Well, if you look back on before the pandemic, the British government or the British sort of organisations, including the NHS and what have you, emergency services, there was a protocol for a pandemic. They did have one. But guess what? Guess what happened to it? It got thrown in the fucking bin. Because it wasn't Britain that was running the show. It never is, let's face it. It was the who called the shots. They decided how we acted in this crisis. Oh, it's a pandemic. Of course it is. Yeah. Still waiting on it, by the way. Although the way it's going, we're kind of in it. We're kind of in one at the moment. Let's face it. The cancers, the suicides, in fact, the drug deaths, only here in my small community, this tiny wee community that we're in, not even the whole of Elgin, a small part of it, in 1 week, 4 different people, either 3 or 4 drug-related deaths, all young men, in the space of a fucking week, all dead, overdose or drug-related. Young men, one of the guys the same age as me, I knew him pretty well. One of them I never knew, the youngest one that died, but the other 3 I did know really well. And I knew that their lives weren't in a good place in regards to drugs, heroin in particular. For a long time, they've been heroin addicts, and now they've died. The youngest guy, he wasn't a heroin addict, but it was drugs that killed him, seemingly. A cocktail of different drugs. A young guy, early 20s. The other 2 guys, mid-30s, 35, 36-year-old. And honestly, it devastates a community, the family. But it is a huge problem here now. Gigantic problem. And there's a lot of these people that are still heroin addicts today. And they're walking about. And do you know this? They're on death fucking row. And they are literally dropping like flies. And if it's not the wonder drug, it's heroin. And what happened to the war on drugs? Yay, we're going to put millions in the war on drugs. We're going to fund the war on drugs. Yeah. Where is the war on drugs, by the way? It's almost like they don't want a war on drugs. They want people. Excuse me. It's almost like they want people to be on drugs. They arrest one dealer, and what happens? Another one pops up. Nothing changes. Nothing whatsoever. The root of the cause is never dealt with. And I'm telling you now, this is a pandemic in regards to the drug deaths in this community at least. It is savage, honest to God. I've never in my life seen anything like it. And honestly, I'm kind of lost for words for it, because it doesn't seem to be getting any better. It only seems to be getting worse, and it worries me to an extent, because I have a brother who is also one of them in quite a bad way with drugs, and I mean that many of them have died now. That many of them have died now. I kind of get the feeling that it's only a matter of time, and I'm going to get the phone call to tell me that I've lost a loved one to drugs as well. Heroin, to be precise. I fucking dread that day. But honest to God, it's kind of hanging over me. My brother... I can talk to these people until I'm blue in the face. But the bottom line is, only they can change their life. It doesn't matter what I say. It doesn't matter what I do. It wouldn't matter. Only they have the ability to make the change, to get out, to try different, to try better, to get away from drugs, to try and get a bit of normality in their lives. But they don't. Once they're hooked, the majority of time, that's it. That's pretty much it. I honestly, I feel like when I see these guys now, they're on death row. I mean, we all die one day, but these guys are on death row, waiting in the cells to go up next. It breaks my heart. I've lost count now. Honest to God, I've lost count of the amount of people that have died that I know because of drugs in this small town that I'm in. And even only going back to maybe about 10 years, in the past 10 years, it is absolutely eye-watering. The drug deaths in Scotland as a whole is insane. Honest to God, the governments of Scotland, if I told you what should happen to them now, I'd probably get arrested. So that'll give you an idea of what I think about them. There would be no forgiveness whatsoever for what's happened. When it comes to drug deaths, when it comes to the excess deaths that we're seeing at the moment, and we know why. Oh, it's a complete mystery. Quick, phone Scooby and the gang. We've got a mystery on our hands. Excess deaths right across the board. What could it be? What has changed? I wonder. I guess it'll remain forever a mystery. Yeah, let's go with that. So we kind of went off a wee bit there. I think we've got a video of wee Billy getting grilled. See, if you look at his face there, it looks a bit different from the face. It's not as creased, right? Is that because he's not smiling? Is he smiling in this photo? Yeah, he is smiling to an extent. So that would make the crease. Imagine Bill Gates cracking a smile. The only time he usually smiles is when he's talking about vaccination. It gives him some kind of kick. It's very, very sinister stuff when it comes to Bill Gates. But even in them two different photos, yeah, I mean, I don't know. They look very different, although they should be very similar in time frame. So we'll play the video. I think it's a short clip. Kermit the Frog, yeah. It's an insult to poor Kermit, that. Let's face it. So I think Bill gets grilled on the private jet situation. Oh, but he's part of the solution, right? So it's okay for him. It's not okay for us, even if we are helping the solution. Oh, no fly for you. For Billy, it's all right. For you, no. Like Consuela from Family Guy. You know, all she says is no, right? No. The answer's no, and that's it. Let's hear it. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, we're all good. I think we're okay for audio. I might not have to mute myself. So Bill Gates asked if he's a hypocrite for flying on a private jet. See what he says. Right, let's have a look. Oh man, is there no sound? Oh my god, what have I done? Well, that helps, that does it? If there's no sound, there should have been. I'm gonna have to go back and take it off. Jesus, we've had quite a few comments. Great stuff. Good to see everyone engaging. I must not have put the sound on. Let me see. Ah, man, one of these days, one of these days, we're gonna get it right. Right. So let me see. I'm gonna have to stop it and then put it back. Typical that. More hurry, less speed. Ah, it was me. Of course it was me. It wasn't you. It was me. There we go. We clicked the button. This time we're good to go. And we can hear what wee Billy's got to say, right? Because yeah, he's a good guy. We're the bad guys. Right? It's us. We done it. All that flying around in private jets, funding all these companies, industrial companies, with your billions and millions. How could you? Honestly. Of course, yeah. Let's go with that. So, what one was it again? That one. Right, take two.
You actually mentioned
He's been learning in Kenya about farming. Sure he has. Yeah, solution, of course. Yeah, Billy is the solution. So we're the problem.
What happens
Oh,
when
for God's
uncertainty
sake.
is less on
Bugger off. So we're the problem, but fear not, because we Billy Rockefeller, he is the solution. Hooray! Man, of course, yeah. Problem, reaction, solution. The Halligan dialect, I can never say that word. Let's just go with problem, reaction, solution. We're so lucky they've always got these solutions, right? Yeah. Going to try and speed it up a bit. We've went way over than I planned to go. I might get shot by my wife tonight. Ah, man, typical, right? Of course, I shouldn't joke about that. But I like to have a laugh. You've got to have a sense of humor. You've got to. There's having a joke and then there's taking the piss, right? We like to have a joke and a laugh, but we draw the line at being a complete clown and just taking the piss. That's where I draw the line there. We don't get many that are like that, but on occasions we do get the the odd character that thinks he's 10 men, if you like. You know the guys, I'm right and you're wrong. You're all wrong. Of course, yeah. So Bill Gates loves trash. Trash must be rubbish, right? That's the real word for it. Trash. What the hell's trash? That's American for rubbish, right? So Bill Gates loves the trash. Well, that's good because he can come and get mine. I've got plenty. Because I missed. I missed a bin getting picked up today. Honest to God. Because the kids went on holiday from school, I bloody completely forgot. So one of my bins never got picked up. So I don't know what I'm going to have to pay to get it picked up, basically. Because it's already bad enough because our main wheelie bin, main waste bin, is only picked up every 3 weeks. 3 bloody weeks! Now, when I was growing up, they used to get picked up every week. Then it was every 2 weeks. Now it's every 3 weeks. What's going to be next? Not at all. You must recycle your own rubbish now on your own site. Then you've got to eat it. Hooray! Carbon neutral, sustainable. Yeah. So, a big 28 billion? A big 28 billion bet on a dirty future. What? Oh, man. Insert joke, right? A big 28 billion bet on a dirty future. Of course it would be Billy Rockefeller. Who else would it be? I mean, yeah. Justine, every week you get yours picked up. Yeah. That's what it used to be here. It's not anymore. It's terrible. The council that we've got, seemingly they're going to go bankrupt. They've not got any money. And I think when they do, it could be the government that step in, and that'll be interesting. It could be the stepping stone to government control without the council. Nope, you don't need them anymore. In fact, you don't need the council or the government anymore. The WHO can do it. The WHO can do it all in the United Nations. Hooray for a one world NATO stan. Yeah. But of course, in reality, the only people who truly know what their community needs are the people in the community. No one else. The people here in Elgin, well, some of them know what Elgin needs. They know what it's good at. They know what it's bad at. People in Edinburgh do not know. Oh, but you've got an MP who's a complete and utter criminal. Shock horror. But decisions that get made in London affect people up here in London. Like a different world, a completely different world. Decisions that got made in the past in Brussels that affected communities here in Murrayshire. Decisions that got made in Brussels. Probably by people who have never even been to Murrayshire. And I think that's why we've got a lot of issues. The people who know what communities need, they don't make any decisions. No way. That does not happen. Of course, they make believe, oh, it's community driven. Oh, yeah. So all the communities have driven Agenda 2030. It's not like Agenda 2030's always been there, right? Oh, no, totally not. It's because all these communities now want a better this and a better that and a sustainable this and a sustainable that. But at what cost exactly? Of course, it's always been there, Agenda 2030, in the pipeline, hanging around, meeting up every year, promoting the next agenda, pushing it forward, driving us every year closer to smart cities, complete control. Oh, but you'll be safe, right? Totally safe. Yay! Hooray for safety! Sure. So, in this one here, I mean, this is insane, to be honest. The amount of money they're talking about. So you've got Bill Gates. He's got a company called Cascade. Some of you might have heard of it. It's basically Bill Gates. That's all it is. It's the Bill Gates Foundation, but under an asset management company. But who are they trying to kid? It's Bill Gates again. So what they do is they give people money. And again, they don't give them money and say, right, do whatever you see fit. No. They'll give them money allocated specifically for a certain agenda. Otherwise, they don't get any money. Hooray for the free world, right? Sure. Let's go with that. So that's wee Billy's front, if you like. A bit of money laundering, possibly. So he's got Cascade, and by the looks of it, they're putting a lot of money. Billions and billions and quillions and trillions and skillions and gazillions. All of Bill Gates' hard-earned money. Yeah. Of course, it's not his money. No way. So if we have a look at the companies here, Republic Services, Deere & Co, Ecolab. Do we know about Ecolab? They basically control, they're a huge company in the management of chemicals, industrial cleaning chemicals, you name it. Toxic waste. All kinds of waste, all kinds of dirty chemicals. I mean, a terrible company. I dread to imagine the damage that Ecolab have caused. Honestly, I dread to imagine it with the chemicals that they've put out. It would be a staggering amount. And of course, where does it all go? Oh, it gets dealt with properly. Of course it does. Yeah. It's not like they just dump it in the sea. Don't be silly. So Ecolab, who I actually, in my, about maybe 12 years ago, I never worked with them. Well, I never worked for them, but I kind of worked with them. So I do know a wee bit about them. And actually going back to that, and I might have mentioned it before, this is going back to about maybe 2012, 2011, 2012. I asked a Ecolab trainer when we done it was basically a short course on, was it health and safety? I think chemical training. It was chemical training. And I remember asking the guy, I can't remember what he said, but I asked him, he said something that got my mind going. I can remember it quite clear, but I can't remember exactly what he had said initially. But he said something that made me think, well, wait a minute, does hot water kill germs or does it help germs? So I asked him at the end, I said, just to go back, are you saying that hot water helps germs, but cold water kills germs? And he said, "Oh, that's a complicated one." So I never got an answer on it. There seemed to be no answer on it. But the impression I got from that was that hot water would actually help in the spread of bacteria rather than kill it off. And I always think back to that. And it was the first kind of time that I took on the thought of germs and isn't there actually germs? And it was certainly a time where I started to think, well, what are we really being told here? What can we really believe, right? I think I had always assumed that if you use hot water, you kill germs. But from what that guy said, the chemical expert, he was unsure. And it sounded like maybe both would either help or hinder depending on the bacteria, which again is quite interesting. And when you get into germ theory and stuff like that, it's, yeah, a completely, we'd need a whole show dedicated on that. It's certainly an interesting one. And again, I'm not an expert on anything, but I think we could get into it again. And we might see if we can get someone who's germ theory and someone who's terrain theory and put them in the octagon and they can fight it out. Poof, poof. Winner takes all, right? So you've got Waste Management, Diageo. Do we know who they are? I think some of you might know. Quite a big company, Diageo. I've actually worked for them in the past. Canadian National Railway. Huh? Interesting. AutoNation. Ginkgo Bioworks Holdings. Ginkgo Bioworks Holdings. That rings a bell. We've mentioned them before. Ottertail FCC. The FCC? Surely not, right? So Ginkgo Bioworks Holdings. I think we could have a wee look at them quickly. Ginkgo Bioworks, right. Ginkgo? I don't know how to pronounce it. We're going to go with Ginkgo. Whatever it bloody means, I'm unsure. Probably not good, let's face it. Ginkgo Bioworks is an American biotech company founded in 2008 by 5 scientists from the MIT, the good guys, yay! Headed by Jason Kelly. The company specializes in using genetic engineering to produce bacteria with industrial applications. Shock. Horror. Wee Billy Rockefeller, eh? Yeah. Genetic engineering to produce bacteria with industrial applications. I wonder what that could be. I'm sure it's totally safe and totally nothing to worry about whatsoever, right? Sure. I think Ginkgo Bioworks is one that we might have to look into. And do you know what's quite comical as well? Look at the logo. I mean, you could not make it up. What does it look like? What does it look like? Oh, man. What does that look like? Honest to God. I mean, you could not make that up. Could you? What does it remind you of? The logo? MIT DARPA, yeah. I mean, you wouldn't trust the MIT. No way. You wouldn't trust any of these entities. But as soon as I seen the logo, I thought, that looks a bit like the virus. The coronavirus picture that they've got. You know the one that you see? It looks a bit like a star. That's the first thing I thought when I seen it. I thought, oh, there goes the coronavirus logo. You'll know the one that I'm referring to. I can't think of the proper name of it. I thought ginkgo was a lizard. That's a no, what is that again? A gecko. I was going to call it a gecko. A gecko. I had a friend who had a gecko. It was a character, honestly. It was really cool to hold it and let him climb up your arm and stuff like that. Some grip that it had as well. Honestly, once it gripped onto you, you couldn't get it off. But they were cool, them. Honestly, I would love to get one myself, but my cat would probably try and eat it. So there goes that, right? But we'll jump away from wee Billy Rockefeller for the time being. But as soon as I seen that, I thought it looks like the coronavirus image or biological image. I'm not doing a very good job of explaining it, but the coronavirus picture, right? We'll go with that. That's what it reminded me of. So we'll jump away from that, guys, for the time being. Seemingly, we've had an announcement from NASA. The James Webb Telescope. It spotted a small main belt asteroid. Yeah, but there's nothing to worry about. No, don't worry. And it surprised NASA. They were all shocked by it. Look what we discovered. This was not what it was meant to do, but it's done it. It's not another one of these coincidences of NASA. Yeah, a total surprise, seemingly. And I thought this was quite interesting. An asteroid roughly the size of Rome's Colosseum, between 300 to 650 feet in length, has been detected by super duper NASA, the James Webb Telescope. Right. And it's a bit of a surprise. Shock horror. Completely unexpectedly. Right. Sure it was. Watch this space, right? We're going to be hearing a lot more from the James Webb Telescope that sits in, I don't know, Point Nemo, probably. But you'll hear more about it. Unexpected surprises. Yeah, NASA are good at that, right? Here's another unexpected surprise. A spectacular surprise. Hooray! 3 cheers for NASA. Look at this bad boy. Right? Wow. Yeah, and it's metal. It's metallic. It's a metal meteorite on planet Mars. What? Yeah, of course. Of course it is. Who am I to say that it's not? Let's have a look at it. Can we click on it? Nope. Yeah, so, I mean, yeah. So they found a metal meteorite on Mars. Of course they did. Because remember all the metal meteorites they found on the moon? Endless amounts of metal meteorites on the moon. Yeah, maybe not. But it'll only be Mars, though. Mars has got a secret to it. It only attracts metal meteorites. And I think we're gonna see more of this, where they're likely gonna come out and say, we found a super duper mineral. It's the world's greatest, universe's greatest mineral that can save humanity. Now we must go to Mars even quicker than previously thought and mine the mineral and save planet Earth. Right? Look out for it. Honestly, there will be more. There will be more to come. And in my own view, I wouldn't buy any of it. None of it whatsoever. Not a thing. I mean, where was the metal meteorites on the moon? Surely they would have them as well. And this actually looks like someone's had a saw to it or cut it in some kind of way. A human, if you like. Oh yeah, there was humans on Mars, of course. So they found a metal meteorite on Mars, seemingly. That came out last week. A few days ago, 6th of February. We won't get into it too much, but they're curiosity. Yeah. Lucky it never ran over it. It would have been damaged. Yeah. You never hear about these buggies getting damaged, do you? A bit like the satellites. Totally fine up there in that crazy space. Yeah. Even low Earth orbit. All this stuff floating around. Yeah. Totally fine, though. So we'll jump to, let me see. Again with NASA. This came out last week. NASA awards millions to historically black colleges and universities. Yeah, of course, NASA. Fronting the divide between black and white. Now, I bet you any money, NASA would never come out, not in a million, trillion, gazillion years, and say, we're awarding money to historically white colleges and universities. No, because that would be racist. NASA would be racist then. But if it's black people, totally fine. Of course, yeah, that's totally fine. Yep, of course. That's the world we're in today. White people, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. Nothing. Nothing whatsoever. They are the privileged of the world. And the feeling is now that they must be demonized. They must pay redemption, compensation. But I wasn't alive. Doesn't matter if you were alive. Right? What about the Scottish slaves? Forget about the Scottish slaves. They were white. They were privileged slaves. They must have been privileged slaves, right? Let's go with that. We might get into that one a wee bit more. It's an interesting one. And we mentioned DARPA as well. I think Frank mentioned it. Of course, when it comes to DARPA, NASA, DARPA, peas in a pod. Peas in a pod. Two entities working for the hidden hand. Here's a wee, I mean, this cracks me up as well. Look at the wee computer image they've got. What does it look like? It looks like a vape. Oh, there's a vape floating through space. I wonder what flavour it is. Deception and berries. Look, it's got the wee DARPA sticker. Yay! All hail DARPA. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, they're getting a bit better with their drawings. A lot of them are terrible. For example, let's go back to the one of the oldest satellites that they had, seemingly. I mean, it is an absolute belter, this one. Here's an image here, seemingly from taken by NASA. Where from, I'm unsure. 1984, how fitting. I think it's from the shuttle they launched it from. And I'm unsure what that is there. Maybe it's another satellite. Yeah, sure. But in my own personal view, this is a fake image. Or an image of a model, possibly. I think they're good at making images of models as well, and people think that it's in real life when it's not. I think the media actually do that a lot more than we know. But there's it there. I mean, what does it look like? Honest to God, that cracks me up. Something chronic. It's like a motorhome with no wheels and a bloody, what do you call it again? Ah, for God's sake, solar panel on it. It's like a motorhome with a shed on it with a solar panel on it. Yeah, that'll do. It's the 80s, right? But I think today they have to keep up with the times, of course. So today's ones, they look a bit more like an electronic vape or a battery of some kind, or maybe something else that I probably shouldn't mention. But yeah, there you go. So DARPA and NASA, hand in hand, working for the nuclear engine of the future to take humans to Mars. Hooray! Just in time, right? Because the world's burning. Net zero, 1.5, 1.5. Ah! Yeah, let's go to Mars. 3 cheers for Elon, NASA, and DARPA. Hooray! Yeah, of course. So we'll be getting into NASA a wee bit more. Potentially next week. So look out for it. Here's one I wanted to mention. Damar Hamlin's tragedy. Anti-vaxxers gold. It's an anti-vaxxers gold mine. Why, what happened? Ah, I see. Opportunists used the cardiac arrest of NFL player to promote deadly disinformation. Yeah, it's deadly. Of course it is. The juice is not deadly. Going against it is deadly. Of course, because we live in an inverted world where they create a society where bad is good and good is bad. Welcome to 2023. Of course, it wouldn't have been the juice. Don't be silly. It's not done that to anybody. It's totally safe. Even Pfizer said it was safe. Even Tony Blair said it was safe. Jesus, even Joe Biden said it was safe. Wait a minute. Even Boris Johnson said it was safe. He even took one. Of course he did. Yeah, let's go with that. I wanted to mention this as well. I'm going to link it in. People can check it out if they want to check it out. The United Nations are, yeah, of course, they're there to look after everyone, and they're going to be countering disinformation right across the board. And they've got all the techniques on how to do it. How lucky are we, right? Keeping you safe from disinformation. Yeah. In this digital age that we're in. Yeah. Hate speech. Yeah, I've been done with that. Although, to be honest, when I got the hate speech one, it wasn't actually me. It was Bill Cooper that they said seemingly committed the crime of hate speech. And I think it was what he said about, it wasn't even bad. I can't remember what it was, but he mentioned Jews, I think. But of course, that was enough. Hate speech! He said the Jews word! Shut him down! Shut him down! Oh man, what a world. So what I'll do is I'll link it in. And I do want to quickly link in lots of comments. Thank you very much to everyone for engaging tonight. So we'll put that in. And I want to put in another article that we have covered before. And it's to do with the future of money. Yeah. Money, money, money. Let's not sing. And I noticed this article here from Reuters, the go-to for journalism. Nope, you don't have to investigate it yourself. Reuters will tell you. Hooray. Seemingly the Swiss are going to vote on whether or not to go cashless or not go cashless. And I thought that was quite interesting. Would we see that in the UK? A vote? Possibly. Would they rig the vote? Yes, of course they would. The best way to do it is not just continue to use money. Don't fall for the cashless trap. Boycott those who don't accept cash. But the way they work, the net is closing in. It is closing in big time. And they use the private sector to push it, push it, push it. Money, money, money. Incentives, right? Come cashless. We'll give you 100 Bitcoinage. Yay! Yeah, but at what cost? A cashless society with electronic money is far from good. I can assure you of that. And I know the majority of people here will know that. But when you look at the future that they want, cashlessness is a big part of it. They don't want anybody having anything whatsoever, not even a dog. Nope. Racist. You can't have a dog because it's racist. How dare you? Oh man, what a world. So I want to link in this article. It is from 1996. the future of money. And boy, does it spill it out big time. It tells you exactly how it's going to go down. And I came across this article. We've covered it before a while ago now, but I first came across it via Bill Cooper. He covered it when it came out in 1996. And he said then, look, this is what's going to go down. This is where it's going. Even the implanted chip is mentioned in this. This is where it's going. 1996. But guess what? People did not care. And unfortunately, too many people today do not care. A lot of people here do. A lot of people here have got heart. That is for sure. And that certainly does give me hope. Most certainly. A lot of people here have got something that is very rare now, and that is common sense. But the issue with common sense is it's not common. Far from it. Far from common. I don't know why it's called common sense. Let's face it. We're going to have to maybe rephrase common sense, right? So I'll link it in. Honestly, if you've not seen it, check it out. It's pretty much tells everything that we need to know money-wise. And remember, 1996, they were telling people that. I bet you not even many people read it when it came out. Too busy, right? So, I think we'll call it a night for tonight. We've went about an hour longer than I planned. So, I do apologise, right? Uncommon sense, yeah, that might be a better one. We'll go with that, Justine. We're going to get it, we're going to copyright it, right? So, there you go. We've done it. We've achieved tonight. And hey, do you know this? I want to say a massive thank you to everyone for their time tonight, their time in the past, for always being there, for always engaging, commenting, watching, whatever it may be, coming to the website, supporting the show, supporting the channel, being there for me, helping me, commenting on the videos, emails. Like I said, now we've got the website. I'm very grateful. Honest to God, I've got so much respect for a lot of people here. And I kind of feel that we've only got to where we are together, helping each other out, sharing what we can, getting by as a unit, moving forward, doing what we can individually to put a spanner in the work of the powers that be, right? Oh, Rich has put the patent in already. He stole it. He's a way to get copywritten. We might get that on a t-shirt, uncommon sense. That would be actually, that's a good idea, because it would be a good conversation starter. Oh, why have you got that on? Well, funny you should ask, right? It's gone now. There is no common sense anymore. It's finito. So, thank you very much. Like I said to everyone, good to see Rich in the hood, the beautiful Justine, the wonderful Justine, the wonderful Michelle as well. What a pleasure to have you tonight. Joyce as well in the hood. A pleasure to see Joyce back again. Good to have you. Phil as well in the hood. Thank you for joining the channel and the website. I'm confused now. A million thoughts a second. Who am I kidding? 2 thoughts a second. Still tied in knots, right? There you go. Happy days. Good to see Phil. Good to see you back again. And thank you for all the engagement. Sue as well. A pleasure to have you tonight, Sue. Great stuff. Phil, Justine, Rich, Englishman as well. Good to see you back again. Great stuff. Thank you for the comments. I think we had a new face that I want to say hello to, and I can't find the person now. Is it Dilip? There we go. Good to see Dilip. potentially a new subscriber. If so, you might want to check out the original channel because, like I said at the start, we're still at a stage where people don't know about the original channel. They think I've only got this one, but we've got two, at least for the time being, right? But we know the world that we're in. So good to see Dilip, and thank you for engaging tonight. Rich, Justine, Englishman as well. I think that's as far as I can go back. If I missed you and you're feeling left out, then you can put a comment now before I shoot off. I'm gonna be busy tomorrow, I think, although I'm hoping to have a video out on the original channel, which is about an article that I seen yesterday. In fact, there's two that I want to share. So look out for that. I won't be live tomorrow. I won't be live on Saturday. I'm actually away to Ayr on Saturday for the football. So it's a bit of a journey. I'll be away early Saturday morning on the bus with the lads down for the football. So that'll be a good crack. I'm actually looking forward to it. It's quite a big game for Elgin. So it's getting close. So I'm kind of excited about it. If Elgin win, it's a huge achievement. And the odds are against us, put it that way. We're the underdog in this game. But you never know in the cup competition when it's a knockout, 11 against 11, anything can happen. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. No, you can't come, Rich. The bus is full, right? So I'm looking forward to that on Saturday. And I'll be away most of the day. So potentially Sunday, I could be on. God granted, of course. But failing that, I will be on Monday, right? So Sunday night or Monday night. And remember, I was meant to link in the website. I think it's in the description, to be honest. Should I get it? I probably should. I'll use that. And a big thank you to everyone who's already signed up to the group. I know it's a bit, you really want to be signing up to stuff and what have you. I know what it's like. I'm like that myself. But it is a area where you're going to find this community. A lot of people are already there. I'm hoping that there's going to be engagement and stuff like that. So there it goes in the chat. And hey, like I always say, whatever you do, not for a split second even entertain the thought of fear. I think we're all at a stage now where we know life is a complete roller coaster. It can be down, it can be up, it can be down, 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 up, 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 down, 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 up, down, up, down. But we fear not. What will be, and we walk with our heads held high, very high. I am seriously proud of the decisions that we have made in the past. We stood tall, no matter what they threw. We did not bend or break. No way. Not happening. We will not be scared into anything. No matter what they do, no matter what they did, it did not work. We still stand strong and we walk with our heads held severely high. In fact, we walk that with our heads that high now. We can predict the weather. Seemingly we're in for a big superstorm. Shock horror. Imagine that, right? I bet no one's seen that coming. But there you go. Look out for it. And like I always say, no matter what, no matter where you are, do not comply. And that is about it. Bye-bye.
Loving you isn't the right thing to do. How can I ever change things that I feel? If I could, baby, I'd give you my world. How can I when you won't take it from me? You can go your own way, go your own way. You can call it another lonely day. You can go your own way, go your own way. Tell me why everything turned around. Packing up, shacking up, so you wanna do. If I could, baby, I'd give you my world. Open up, everything's waiting for you. You can go your own way, go your own way. You can call it another lonely day. You can go your own way, go your own way. You can go your own way, go your own way. You can call it another lonely day, another lonely day. You can go your own way, go your own way. You can call it another lonely day. You can go your own way. You can call it another lonely day. You can go your own way.